Hello everyone. Welcome to CSE Core Concepts and welcome to the playlist on searching and sorting. So in case you have missed my earlier video in this playlist about time complexity, I suggest you to go through that video first before starting with searching and sorting algorithms, because for each algorithm here, reducing the time complexity is an important part. So let us proceed with different types of searching. Let us start with the simplest search, that is the sequential search, which is also called as a linear search. Now, what is a linear search? That simply you are going to move in a linear fashion and you are going to compare your search value with the every element of array, okay, until you get an item. Or you can even use a linked list also. Doesn't matter, right? So you can go back to the data structure playlist and understand linked list and array. How do they work? So you can simply go one after. So you can use a linear linked list to keep the elements, or you can use a linear array. So anything you can use one dimensional array and you can search it, right? Now here, this is the only option to search when your elements are arranged in a random order. Let's say if your elements are not arranged in an either ascending or descending order, then this is the only way by which you can search. That is, you have to search each and every item. Let's say you are piling up one books after one other. You are not sorting them based on your subject. Then if you want to search for a particular book, what you have to do? You have to find out from the entire pile of the books the one which you require. So same here, if you have piled up just the data one after the other without any order, and if you want to search for any data, you have to start from the top and start looking for the value which you want to find out. So let's consider an example. Let's say I have an array of type integer where there are certain elements. Okay, and my value to be searched is 67. Now here, what will you do? How will you write the code? Very simple. You start from the index 0 of the array and you will pick up one element from the array and find out whether it's matching your search value or not. So you will first pick up 25. No, 25 and 67 are not same. Then you will go for 18. Then you will go for 22 and so on. So how many elements are there? 10 elements, let's say, if you have. So if it is the worst case, best case, let's see. So best case is that when the first element is the one which you are looking for. If you are looking for 25 and 25 is the first element, you are very lucky. So you got through very fast. But consider that 67 is the last element in this list. Then how many searches you have to do? You have to search the entire list till n number of elements. So the best case is that if the value is the first element. The worst case is that if the value is the last element. So what is the time complexity here? Time complexity is O(n). Okay. On an average, we can say it is n by 2. Right. So average, you can say my element is lying somewhere in the middle. So on an average, you can say it is n by 2. Okay. So this is about your linear search, which is simplest of all of them, but it is very time consuming. So it is a good practice that if you are storing the elements, to store them in an ordered way or a sorted list. That is a binary search. So if you sort out the elements and store them, then searching becomes very much faster. So in case of a binary search, as we understand a binary tree, in a tree there is a root element. There are some nodes on the left side, some nodes on the right side. So we will consider that the elements which are on the left side of the root element, these values are less than the root elements, and the values greater than the root elements are placed on the right hand side. So this binary search is possible only if your array is a sorted array. Okay, otherwise you cannot perform a binary search. You have to go for a linear search. So now you have to start with the root element. So how do we find the root element? As the middle element. So how do you go till the middle of the array? Beginning plus end by 2. That's how we can find out the middle value. Now you compare your search value which you want to find out with the middle element. If your search value is less than the middle element, then you are going to search only in the left portion. Why? Because only the lesser values are there in the left side of the middle and the higher values are there on the right side. So if your search value is greater than the middle element, then we will search only in the right portion. Okay. So if you search in the left portion, then what will you do? You have to shift your end as beginning. So mid minus 1 will be your end. You don't need to go till the last element to search. You are searching only in the left portion. But if you want to search only in the right portion, then you have to push your beginning towards the middle plus 1. If your value is found, very good, stop it. Okay. Otherwise, you have to repeat again this process. Let us understand using this example. I have 10 elements. Okay, the array index starts from 0 to 9 and the elements are there in a sorted order, right? So 12, 34, 39, 45, 67, 73, 85, 93, 100 and 210. So you can see the smallest value 12 is at the 0th index and 110, the highest value in the list, is at the 9th index. Now, first thing is that we have to go to the middle element of the array. So, who is my beginning? The 0th index is my beginning and my ending is the last one, that is the 9th element. So, how do I find out my middle element? Beginning plus end divided by 2. So, 0 plus 9 divided by 2, that is your, let's say, you can say 4.5, but here we cannot consider a floating value. So my fifth element, that is at array index 4, is my, we consider the integer value. So that is my middle, right? Now compare what is your search value. You are looking for, let's say, value 85. Now you compare 85 with your middle element, that is your root element, right? So 85 is greater than 67 and I told you that in this list always the greater elements will be on the right side of the list, on the middle, and the smaller values will be on the left hand side. So your 67 is less than 85. That means your item which you are searching lies only on the right hand side. So no need to go to the left hand side now. Fine. So let us change the beginning. So where will the beginning go? Beginning will go to mid plus 1. Already I have checked 67. So there is no point of checking 67 again. So let us say my beginning will go to mid plus 1. So my sixth element, that is array index 5, becomes my beginning and ending is same as 9. Again I will find out the middle element. So 5 plus 9 divided by 2. So I will get, if I take the integer value, I will get 7. Okay, array index 7, right? So 93 is my mid element. Now let us, what value am I comparing? 85. So compare 85 with 93. Now this time 85 is smaller than that of 93. So I will not go towards the right hand side of the mid, but I will go to the left hand side of the mid. So in that case, I have to update my end position. So who will be my end position? Already I checked with 93. So my end won't be 93 but less than 1, that is 6th position. So my end will be equal to mid minus 1. So end is now my 6th position. Now my beginning is 5. Now if I am finding out the middle element, beginning is 5, end is 6, 5 plus 6 divide by 2. Again if I take the integer value, it will come 5. So this is the case where my beginning and end are same, that doesn't matter, and my value is 73. Compare it with the search element, that is 73 is now less than 85. So again I have to go to the right hand side because it is less than. Now to go to the right hand side, whom do we update? We update beginning. So beginning will become what? Beginning will become mid plus 1. So my beginning is now, the 6th element is my beginning. Mid is, end is also 6. Now 6 plus 6, 12, divide by 2 if I do. Mid also I am getting 6 and that is the value which I am searching. Yes, I got the value which I am searching, that is 85. I hope you understood how we are performing this search, and we have discussed in my earlier slide that the binary search takes time O log n. Okay, because here you could understand that at every iteration, in the first iteration, all 10 elements were considered. Next time, only the right hand elements were considered. Next, in the third step, only two elements were compared. And in the last iteration, I compared only with the one element. So with every iteration, the number of elements with which I am comparing is becoming less. So my time complexity is what? O log n. Okay, so every iteration, the input size is decreasing. So I hope you understood this type of search, where they are used and how they are used. Okay, so stay tuned for other upcoming videos based on sorting. So we are going to understand and demonstrate each type of sorting in detail. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSC Core Concepts. Thank you.